Are we on? We are live. All right.
Awesome.
Welcome, guys. How's it going?
Wonderful. How you doing?
Awesome. Good. Well, welcome. We're live from New York City.
Hey, let's go.
Sweet. It's Crypto's Got Talent, episode 5. Second live episode that we have. So let's just go ahead.
I just want to get everybody.
They're all great.
I just want to get everybody to win.
Yeah.
All 5 of them into one.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Drone hair inspection, copy trading. Yeah. That informs your buying strategy.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Pretty
Nice to
good.
meet you.
Having a great day, talking to all the other content pitches. So
Yeah.
it's been fun.
Awesome.
What's your name?
My name is Jay.
Jay. Jay. Great. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
From Lilypad, right?
Yep, from Lilypad Network.
What's Lilypad?
Sure. So Lilypad is a network in order for you to deploy AI models and bring
Bring your mic a little closer so
Okay.
everybody can hear you better. Yeah.
Sounds good. So yeah, it's a network for you to deploy AI models and then monetize them and make them accessible to other people. So if you're trying to interact with Lilypad, you can interact with our CLI or our API. And what you can do is interact with open source models. So if you've heard of like DeepSeek or Mistral or any one of those models, if you were the creator of it, you can just bring it off the network, deploy it, and it becomes a module that other people can use. So if I'm, let's say, building an application and I want an LLM within my application, instead of going to, let's say, OpenAI, where I'm paying for their API service, I'm limited by the credits, the rate limits, maybe opening my own GPU warehouse, it's a little bit out of my kind of reach. I have to worry about the electricity, the security, the GPUs themselves, which are millions of dollars to fundraise and actually deploy. So instead of worrying about all of that, we run the models on our distributed compute network. So all you have to do is you request a job, you want to interact with the LLM, sends a job over to our network. It kind of pairs you with the best compute that's available. It processes that job and sends it back. So whenever you're calling for one of these requests, you're paying with a Lilypad token, and then that token is getting split up between the person providing the GPU for you, the person who created the model, and the network itself. So the problem that we're seeing is that a lot of the people who are researchers deploying these models, they're just PhDs. They don't have the funds to do this. And if you look at their research, it's actually drying up. A lot of the grants that they use for their research is drying up. The GPUs they don't have access to. So they're coming to us, and we found that that's our biggest user base. It's a bunch of scientists working on these AI models. So one of the first applications we've seen built on it was from Stanford. We have a machine learning scientist there that's used our protocol in order to deploy an AI oncologist. So the oncologist is trained on a bunch of proprietary scientific research data, some stuff they want to host locally. They can still interact with the LLM, still ask it questions, and a scientist can use that as its advisor. So we deployed it. You can look at our YouTube. We have a video with scientists that actually worked on that. We're using it for protein research. We have individual developers creating their own applications for, let's say, VS Code. We saw a VS Code extension that interacts with an LLM. We saw a Google Chrome extension come out that analyzes the pages that you're reading. My hope is that one day they just basically take that content and then read it out for people with disabilities. So there's tons of different applications. If you're someone who is a model creator and you're not sure how to monetize your models, which we've seen with Stable Diffusion, with some of these other LLMs that have sprung up. So we allow you to create them, deploy them, and monetize on our network. And that's essentially Lilypad.
And is the person using Lilypad, do I choose which model I'm using, or is it kind of just randomly selected? If let's say I need text generated, is it?
Yeah, so as part of whether you're interacting with the CLI or the API, that's one of the things that you would enter.
Is which model you want to use. Got it. And so there could be multiple different GPUs that offer these same models, and it just kind of goes out to an auction system, or?
Yeah, so the GPUs themselves will kind of choose which model they want to support for various reasons, like geographic location, censoring, maybe they don't want to deal with it in certain businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So their GPUs, they can decide which model they want to support. And then when a job comes over the network, it sees which GPUs are supporting this, and then it goes.
Picks one randomly, or?
Sorry?
Does it pick one randomly, or does it go in order?
I'm not clear on the exact way it works. Just for more context on the DevRel side of the business, I just happen to live in New York City. And
How big is the team?
Right now, we're at about 20 people.
Yeah, great. Sweet. And it sounds like you've got users too, right?
Yeah, so we have scientists creating modules. We have people deploying applications, and then we have people interacting with their applications as well. We see thousands of jobs go through our network daily. So far,
Nice.
so good.
What's the roadmap like? It's the first time I hear, the Lilypad, so I'm surprised, but at the same time, like, yeah, what's it like moving forward?
Yeah, so we launched in a couple of different phases. We've been working on this for about a year and a half, the team. I've been joining more recently. But the first phase was getting the GPU providers onboarded. We've already done that. We're done with that phase. Getting modules onboarded, like DeepSeek, all these AI models that the public wants access to, but doesn't have access to. We've done that side of the business. Now we're going more towards DApp developers, creators, and we're actually participating in the Filecoin hackathon that's going on right now. So we held a workshop earlier today to teach people how to launch dApps and stuff. So right now our main focus is builders for specific dApps, websites, that nature. But we're also forming partnerships. We do have partnerships with Dell. AWS is looking into us. We also recently got accepted to Fortify, which is an accelerator on Tezos. So we're also continuing to go around partnerships on the infrastructure side and also the model creator side.
So you guys are a little bit farther along than others we've spoken with today. So you're post Series A.
This is our second race we're going for. I'm not exactly sure what the classification
Sounds
is like.
about like, yeah,
I'm
okay.
not
Yeah.
finance.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. Is there a token launch coming soon?
So we do have a token launch that's coming soon. We're planning to launch this quarter. So we do, if you're a builder and you want to start getting involved, we have a point system for bounties for particular modules that people are interested in running on the network that aren't there yet. So we have a bounty system for modules. We have some community rewards, and you just kind of want to participate in spreading the network. So we have a couple of different point systems that you can participate as we ramp up towards our TG.
Yeah.
Do you integrate any other GPU depins?
As of right now, no, we do not. We are a fairly collaborative group, though. So if there's someone out there that's interested, I don't see why we can't potentially work with them.
And which ecosystem were you eyeing for TGE?
Still
So
considering?
as of right now, our test net is on Arbitrum. So that's where we're testing. We're having jobs run. As far as the TGE, I can't speak to more of that. It's a little bit outside of my space.
Yeah.
Is there going to be more on chain than just the token?
So you can process the jobs. We have been talking about having some of the models go through ZK proofs and kind of proving that you're using a particular model, some stuff like that.
Yeah.
So some of the model things are going on. I would say the primary use case is basically requesting the jobs, getting that job sent back. And that's usually what the token's used for. So it's more of a utility token to
Yeah.
process those.
Got it. And I guess each node would have their own wallet or identity on chain, something like that. That's
Yeah.
what they're,
So they do
Licensed
have a
somehow.
wallet. As of right now, during the testnet, you're basically providing your wallet. You're paying for the transactions, which is having the node providers do themselves. So they do have a wallet, but basically, whenever you pay for a transaction on chain, it would be sent to a smart contract that would split up the funds.
And if your company went down, disappeared, would I still be able to spend those tokens to, if that node was still online, to get data from it, or does it kind of all route through some type of closed system?
Yeah, that's a good question. All of our transactions would be on chain. You would be able to request on chain. They're a decentralized network that's using our stuff. So if we go down, they should still be up and running. I would have to consult with the engineers.
That would be an impressive thing for any deep in this early. A lot of them have that aspiration, Demo included, but it's to get to that point. It's in some people's roadmap. It's not in others. Interesting design choice.
Could like AI agents use your modules?
So it's a good question, and it depends how you define an AI agent. A lot of things that people are calling AI agents are essentially wrappers with a prompt that's just kind of there already, which I've done on the network. Like I built a DApp last night. I actually was testing it with the group that you just paste in your wallet, and then it basically roasts your wallet and stuff like that. So you could deploy agents, bring agents to market on the platform. We are talking about working with we are talking about working with like ELIZA agents, some of those other agent frameworks that exist, and then processing, compute through us. So that is on our roadmap. But if you wanted to build an agent from scratch, there's nothing stopping you from doing that today. If you don't want to use any of the frameworks you want to do.
No, like could an agent like use like your modules to develop something themselves?
I mean, it would be a good question to see what they would develop. But with the Inura API, the agent could just call the API, get a request back, and then process whatever they need to do there. So that's one route to do it.
Gotcha.
maybe the agent can't generate video well or something like that.
Well, that
so
would be a
you
great
use,
use case.
yeah.
So we can have something like a video generation model that's available on Lilypad. If your local LLM can't do that, let's say you're using Claude or something like that, then yeah, you could just basically interact with the API. We would have to kind of let your LLM know what our inputs are, what is the outputs, because they also have to process the outputs and what that looks like, where to place it, things like that, especially when it's a difference between images and text. But yeah, there's no reason why it can't. And if you're listening to this, I would love for someone to deploy an AI agent on it, like you might as well.
Interesting. So, Rob, in your idea of like putting all of today's projects together as one aggregate project, how would Lilypad?
Yeah, you missed. So earlier we talked with folks doing drone detection, hair scanning, AI agents that can AI agent like auction market, which probably that one is the most directly relevant. So these guys, there's you would prompt like what you want. I want tickets on a train to go here. I want to arrive by this time, and they would kind of put it out there, and whoever can get it for you at the best price, best time, would win and execute that on your behalf.
And that's the trading sort of like
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the copy trading app for DeFi, which was also pretty interesting. Struggling to connect hair and drones. The AI one's fairly obvious in terms of being able to manage a portfolio, execute real-world actions, and manage the resources to do it.
But how do we make that run on a drone where we're testing your hair?
Yeah,
It's just difficult.
I guess you would prompt the agent to collect hair samples. It would deploy a drone to do it. It would get the data and run it through your models to inform a trading strategy.
Yeah,
That
tokenize
obviously-
it and then inform the
Yeah.
trading strategy. Okay, we got it.
We've done it. Yeah.
Wow.
I've thought about a lot of the computer vision stuff. So like years ago, I read like a story about watching cameras and seeing like foot traffic within the store and trying to predict like what is their quarterly report going to look like,
Yeah,
depending
sure.
on foot traffic and like car traffic. So in theory, you could have something like that has an AI model that's analyzing, classifying things that are passing by. Is this person, how much foot traffic? And that could, in theory, lead to some sort of thesis on how to invest in that company, depending on how much traffic was getting in that area. So that is a real use case that could be.
Yeah, it's useful to deciding like if you're going to put a Whole Foods in a neighborhood or something like that. They want to track these types of things.
Yeah, exactly.
Market valuation based on the like average hair score of the team.
Yeah.
Nice.
Scan the hairs that come into the store.
Nice. Any other questions for you guys or from you guys for Lilypad? Well, what should we look forward to? Maybe next thing in like, I don't know, maybe month. I mean, you have TG this quarter, right?
Yep. So, I mean, that's exciting to look forward to, but I'm more excited about the tech side, especially since I work in DevRel. So for me, I'm most excited to see what people do because they're like already doing things we didn't anticipate. Like the VS Code like plugin, that was to me mind blowing. I was like, that's a whole business. That's Cursor. That's exactly what they're doing. This guy did it like overnight. And then we started talking about Google Chrome extensions because I was like, hey, all these companies that are like talking to AI, they're like, can I get an AI chatbot on my website? Like, why not just make a Google Chrome extension that reads the page and now you have an AI chatbot for every page you visit? Like, we don't need to isolate it to one thing. So these kind of ideas where people are like kind of breaking the molds that they're used to, coming up with different applications, that's what I'm pumped for.
Oh, nice. Cool. Can't wait to see them live. Awesome.
That extension is cool. What is it? What is it called?
It's not deployed yet. It's not live, so we're just testing it.
Does it like store each page so you can like ask a question about like what was that article I was reading about this, and it can like, oh yeah, you were on this.
So
page.
that's a good distinction because we're doing one shot inferences. So right now it's not holding a long-term memory of like what it's like.
Yeah.
It's more so about this is the task you need to complete. Just complete that task, and that's it.
Well, that's on the developer too. The developer could use Filecoin for your the hackathon you're doing. They could store some of that stuff there and then submit that data along with the. There's probably some zk-TLS angle with this too.
Yeah, so one of our teammates actually did something like that with Filecoin. And for more context too on our team, our CEO was formerly the head of DevRel for Protocol Labs. So Filecoin,
okay.
We're familiar with them. Our other co-founder for the science side of things is Science Stanley. He's a machine learning scientist at Stanford School of Medicine. So that's how we got into the DeSci space.
Nice.
And all those customers that you mentioned, are any of them paying you at the moment?
Well, right now we're on testnet, so they would be basically paying per inference, and then we would take a cut of that inference. Since we're in testnet right now, we're not generating those revenues. We're just making sure that the economics of the network works and that the actual function works.
Gotcha.
Sweet.
That was very cool.
Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. That was great.
Thank you all for inviting me. That's
Awesome.
Of course.
See you.
Yeah, we'll have a chat after here.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Guys, that was something.
Yeah, so fun.
Wow.
So fun.
Damn, everybody should win.
No, seriously,
They're all great.
really were.